What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I've got a video for you here that has been requested to me a few times here recently. It's not a new concept by any means, but it's something that seems like a lot of people want, and it is my updated in the bag 2022. I might have done one of these already this year, I can't remember, but my bag has transitioned quite a bit. And just a heads up, there's a lot of discs in this bag. A lot of that is me carrying multiple molds and multiple discs of each mold because I am in a slight transition phase right now. With me joining Team RPM on the Tribe team, I've been trying out some new RPM discs, so I still have discs in the bag that I'm throwing while figuring out the RPM stuff. And that's because to RPM I don't have to bag just RPM discs. I bag RPM plus some other stuff because RPM has some really good stuff, but there's just some slight holes in places that just I like to fill with some other stuff. So of course I've got the Squatch 2.0 Legend 2.0 whatever. So I think the most straightforward way to do this, I'm putting links at the moment. I haven't messed around with the Tui or anything yet for putting because I haven't gotten any for base plastic. If I get flat Tuis that feel pretty good in hand, I could potentially switch to that, but I was pretty set in these being my putters, so we shall see. But for now, that's my putting putters. So we will go straight to throwing putters now. Oh, I forgot. Before I do that, make sure you subscribe to the channel, please, and ding the bell so you know when these videos come out. Now we can move on. So this is one that was fairly new to the bag a little while back. The Polecat. This is strictly kind of like step out anti-backhand disc. It's like just an easy wrist flick. I have putted this off the tee at Warriors on 2 different holes and parked it a few times, but I will say this. Where is it at? This is an Atomic Tui that I've messed around with. Atomic is the premium plastic. I can put this off the tee as well. It's different rim profile, but it is super glidey and it's really understable. So if I hit it on the same angle as the Polecat, in general, it's going to hold that line. Only thing is I feel like this actually goes further. So there's those two. Understable putter. New addition to the bag, of course, the Takapoo from RPM discs. I've got a lot in the bag, actually. I think I've got 4 in the bag. I carry a lot of these right now because whenever I'm throwing and practicing, I like to throw the same shot over and over again to practice. So I just carry them with me. So I've got a medium Magma. This is a base plastic. It's not the hardest, but it is right in that little middle ground of stiffness. Then I have a Cosmic. It's like a red pink, a Glow, and just a regular old Atomic here. They're all pretty stable, really close to like a P2 in feel, but shallower. It's just like a step below like Envy stability, but really good glide, really good throwing putter, super comfortable in the hand. I do still have some Envies in the bag just because I'm still figuring out how those fly exactly for me. For more overstable putter shots on the same shape and maybe further, the Envy does the job. So these are just the Envies I've been bagging for a while. So this thing goes really far, so that would be hard to replace. But the feel wise, the Takapoo and the Envy are very similar in feel, so it's not hard for me to throw those. So they have a place in the bag. Now I've got some approach discs that I am throwing. So this is old trusty for a while. This is the first yarn I got. It is super flat puddle top, overstable. So this is approach I should throw for shorter forehands a lot, or just backhands that I want to dump. And I'm also bagging a Kea. This is basically like, here's an A3 from Prodigy. They're a Kea. So the only difference is the Kea is got a little bit fatter nose here, but super overstable. Gets really good skip, and they're really good wind fighters. So if you don't want something to turn over and you're throwing backhand, I mean forehand, you can trust it on a forehand as well. It's a really good disc. It's just a little bit longer than the yarn is, so that's why I've got them both in the bag at the moment. Now we will go here. These are in the bag still. I haven't thrown them a lot here lately, but 2 Bergs, base plastic, and a premium K1. We will see if they stay in the bag, but I haven't thrown them a lot here recently. I've been throwing so much RPM that they've just kind of got pushed to the side. So they're there for the moment. But all this is subject at the moment to change. We will now go to mid-ranges. Here, this is one, sadly, is probably ain't going to end up out of the bag. It's just in there right now taking up space. Mustang, great disc, but I've got so much I'm testing right now, and there's a lot of overlap that I just probably need to kind of simplify my bag. So I've still got some reactors in the bag. These are like my straight, stable, like overstable straight mids. And I mean, I've got a hex in here too. It's just a tick below, like literally stability wise, they're very similar. I could probably easily just throw the hex or the reactor one. Just pick one and go with it. So I'll probably be doing that here soon, because I am bagging 2 more mids that are RPM. So the P Waka Waka, you all have seen this in videos before. One of the first RPM discs I reviewed, and it was before I was on the team. This was a disc that blew me away. It's a super understable to straight like flyer, great for hyzer releasers. So I really like this disc. I've been throwing it for big and hyzers. That I just needed to keep that right push for a while, or just low power in the woods. It's great. Really like the P Waka Waka. Anybody could throw it and have success. And then I've got a couple Kotukus. I still am not 100% on how to say it. I dyed both of these. This is an Infinite stamp, and this is I believe it's the Maori Warrior stamp. Very overstable mid-range. So this mid is actually taking my overstable mid-range slot. So that's why I can probably simplify at the reactor and hex level and pick one, because it's more overstable than both of those. So that is all the mids. We will now go to the fairway side. I'll probably be simplifying this as well here soon. Like I said, expect some overlap because I'm testing stuff. We'll go from this side. I just like the way this flies. I don't know if it still has a place in my bag. It's in there right now. It's an Undertaker. It's a really good disc. I really like the way it flies. I mean, it honestly probably can stay in the bag because there's not a stability really from RPM that rivals it. So I mean, I like that disc. But this disc is one that I am really liking. It is the Pekka Pekka. It is a short-tailed bat in New Zealand, if I'm not mistaken. I've got 3 of them in the bag right now that I am bagging. The glow is on the stable side, so I can throw this flat. It will move to the right some, but it will try to come back out. If I put it on hyzer, it's like a really nice pushing hyzer. This yellow one is kind of just a step below that, so I can throw this on hyzer. It's going to flip up to straight and push straight, maybe a little bit of right push. If I throw it flat, it'll hold it to the right for a while. Then this one that kind of almost looks like an Among Us character. Was supposed to be a Batman logo, but this is my flippy one. I can hit this one on hyzer. It will flip up and turn. If I throw it flat, it's not going to come out of it. So very nice fairway. I really like this disc. It's a 9.5 -3.1. So the glow is a little bit more stable than what that is. This one would probably be the closest to that actual flight numbers. Most of the other ones I throw are maybe a little bit more stable than what the flight numbers say. Now, let's see. I've got a Mountain Maverick in here still. It's probably I really like it. I don't know. I just have to see where it fits in the bag, to be honest. Really good disc, but it's not understable. It's more of like a good, like, hyzer, gentle pushing hyzer disc. But I've been messing with the Huya. Here I've got a, I think it's a Strata, maybe. It doesn't have the plastics on it, so it's a base plastic. So I'm messing with this one to see if it can be a little bit straighter version. Then I've got this one right here that's like an atomic, sparkly atomic. Oh, shout out to Tyler. He hooked me up with these. Really awesome. This one is pretty overstable. It's not like a crazy dumpy, but I can hit it hard and I know it's going to hyzer out. So this is filling my overstable fairway slot, not a Firebird, but in that stability right below it, maybe T-Bird, Thunderbirdish type of deal. Let's see, what else we got in here? These are, okay. So I've got a Votum in here. I was really liking this disc, but more than likely it's going to be coming out, I would say. It's in that realm that I've got a few other fairways I can throw on the same lines. So good disc, but just once I simplify the bag, it might not stay in. So then we've got a Felon. Once again, this is another one I've just thrown for a while. Might be coming out because I took the other Felon out because I've got so much going on. So Felon, it's good, but probably coming out. Now I've got this Kiwi. This is an RPM disc. This is a Cosmic Kiwi, and it's basically a tilt. Like, I mean, profile-wise, it might not be necessarily exact like it, but I think it's close to like a 10-speed or something. Crazy overstable. They skip like crazy, and I can throw them on whatever anhyzer I want. They're not going to hold it. They're just going to do this and come out. Very little glide. They're just a dump. If I throw this on hyzer, it's going to turn into like a vertical spike almost. So these new run Kiwis are BP. Before they changed the run, before they changed the mold, from what I understand, they were fairly flippy. This is another Thought Space disc. I like it. This is the Omen. It's one of those overlap discs. It was in my Felon, like just a little bit less stable than Felon was. It might end up staying in the bag because I like it, but I've got a lot of stabilities or discs in that stability range that it's gonna make it hard to keep all of them. So Now we're to the distance drivers. This is just a spot I've not cleaned up a whole lot. I'm going to tell you the discs I actually throw here. Then show you the ones that have just been holding space in my bag. So I've got a Hades in the bag right now for kind of hyzer flip to straight with some turn, or just throw it flat and get just a turn. I can get anhyzers with this really nice. That's the thing, RPM doesn't really have a flippy driver. There's some runs of some of their drivers that can be flippy, but this stability, there's not really one that you can just pick up. The Grace, I really like this disc. It's an 11 speed. I can throw this one pretty far for me. So that's in the bag for sure still. It's in that just money spot to where I don't know that there's a disc yet from RPM I'm going to be bagging, because a lot of the RPM stuff is on the stable side, so and the driver side of things. So those two are in the bag. I've got Nukes. I've liked the Nukes for a little while. I think this is the only one in the bag right now. It's up in the air whether these will stay. I like them. But with the Kahoo being in the bag, it can be very similar. The Kahoo's a 13 speed. So I might be able to get the same shapes out of that. I've got, let's see, a bunch of these in the bag, honestly. So I've got this Kahoo, which is a Cosmic. This is kind of like straight stable. I can throw this on Annie and I will get it to push to the right for a little bit and then come out. It'll go a pretty good distance. This is a new one that I just got. I'm pretty sure this is one that Tyler gave me as well. This one I can get that same kind of shape out of it. Flies pretty far for its stability. And then I've got this crazy flat one that I believe is an Atomic. This one's pretty overstable, so I can throw this on forehand and trust it for sure that it's gonna come out no matter what. It's pretty beefy, so that's the one that might be like a Nuke replacement, but I don't know. I might still bag a Nuke. It's hard to tell. And I've got this. This is my get out of jail free card. I call this my forehand backhand disc because I end up throwing this sail a lot on forehands. Whenever I get in trouble where I want a backhand but can't throw a backhand, I'll throw it on a hyzer forehand pretty hard, get it to flip up, and it'll just turn and fly like it's a backhand. So the sail is a great disc. It's a good roller disc too. If I am going to try a roller, it's probably going to be this one. I really like this disc, so I don't think this is going anywhere. And I have these in there. These are just discs I threw a long time ago. They've been in the bag. This is a 2-line AJ Destroyer, and I've got a hybrid Trespass. A lot of overlap right now. There's a chance one or both come out of the bag. So great discs. I just have too many to go through. But that's my in the bag. I've got a chalk bag here, rangefinder, pockets, stuff. So that is it. I don't know how long this video is. Hopefully it's not too long. But y'all asked for an in the bag. There it is. What am I doing over here? If you got any other ideas for me to do, let me know in the comments. I'm always up to try stuff. Let me know. Really seriously thinking about doing a podcast. Let me know if you'd like that. Till next time, guys. Peace.